There we go. It's going live, apparently.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yay, we're live. And how the fuck do I actually get... Oh, demonetized already. That's, that fuck. Fuck.
Well, shit.
Incidentally, I've got the spreadsheet up on that if you want to follow along.
Can't wait.
It's useful. It does all the calculations for us.
Yeah, but it's getting muted immediately because I don't want to have to listen to your voice twice.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less. Okay, so first off, is everybody happy with the name? Obviously, feel free to different name. What was the one?
Space
Name.
power.
Space power.
Oh yes, the Litany of Ascension.
I prefer space power.
I'd like to know where you've put Litany of Ascension.
I haven't put it down anywhere yet, but it will be
Yeah,
going
there
up
you go.
up here
So-
where it says name. See
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, Phil. Hence why I was a bit confused when you said, "How do you like the name I've chose?"
Because if you pay attention to the Discord, you would note that I put that in there earlier. Ooh,
I was at work.
sick burn. But yeah, I don't know, the names I come up with. Not all of them are gold, I admit. We've got the Litany of Ascension, Storm's Vengeance, Fortuitous Zephyr, or Fortune's Apotheosis. If they're all shit, feel free to say so, and you can pick a new one.
I'm looking for the list in Discord. Ah, there we go.
I still kind of like my suggestions, but then when I was thinking about it, the idea of there being a culture / Imperium crossover really wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Like they really wouldn't get on.
I don't feel like they would. No. I feel like there's a lore incompatibility there.
Something intelligent machines, something
Yeah.
Imperium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To clarify, you have 52 ship points to spend. That's what I said.
Well, I'm going to leave the ship stuff to everyone else. That's definitely not my purview.
Oh no, this is something out of character that is all are contributing to.
Oh right, okay.
Don't worry, this isn't like an in-character thing. Let's see, it's page 192 onwards in the core rulebook. Because you're getting a, I think Firestorm class for it because I found that awesome sheet for it. That is good fun. So essentially, you'll find on components list every part is considered one ship point unless otherwise stated, where it'll say +1, so it'll be 2 ship points to get it. Simple as that. Some extras and whatnot you can get, and for like the machine spirit oddities and all that sort of stuff. So, a name, or we'll just leave that for a bit later.
I think the name's actually fine. You chose.
It's
Don't see
actually
anything
fine.
wrong
Yeah,
with it.
it's not got any like unfortunate acronyms or
Yeah, I'm only really
Low.
coming up with one other
Lower.
suggestion, so your names are probably better, to be honest.
Okay.
Emperor's independent traders.
Let's get this list properly. Yay! Okay, cool. So machine spirit oddity, we will roll for that.
How do you put it in the little box, Phil?
3 of the three tildes basically.
Before or after?
Before and after. Okay,
Great.
so who would
You're
like
just looking
to?
up how to spell ascension.
So who would like to
Yes.
do the first roll? So this is going to be for the machine spirit oddities. Be a D10.
I think our resident Mechanicus person should.
Yeah. Sounds reasonable.
1. A nose for trouble. Something about this ship quivers at the thought of battle, always probing the cosmos for a new victim. Add +5 to the ship's detection and reduce the ship's armor by 1 to its many battles. Occasionally, the crew may find themselves in fights they may have preferred to avoid.
You're welcome.
I was going to
That's
say,
an auspicious start.
yeah, I like it. Okay. Next, we have past histories. Again, a D10. Go on, sit.
Ah,
But
fuck it.
Past
I'll take-
histories.
I don't know.
Go for it.
How
You
many
just-
D10s are we rolling?
A D10
just-
for this one.
We can just do it in the order of our names on the screen.
Nah, fuck that. These are only 2 you're actually like rolling for this bit, so go for it. 4. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Beneath this vessel's unassuming exterior is a dangerous spacefaring predator. The captain selects 3 components. When scanned or subjected to anything but a thorough internal inspection, these components will either not register in the scans or appear to be a different component of the same type. Thus, the ship might hide additional armor plating or a small macro battery, maybe much more powerful than it appears. However, the ship suffers -2 power to maintain the systems creating the illusion. The ship may also have concealed smuggling compartments, unseen passageways, hidden cogitation override programming, or other secrets. That's pretty good, actually.
We
need more DACA.
That does sound like that could be a very useful one to have.
Yeah.
Do we need to decide that now, or
No, we can figure that out later. Okay, so we need a drive. So there's the Strelov 1 warp engine or the Markov 1 warp engine.
Sorry, can I see the sheet somewhere, Phil?
Oh, for the
oh,
ship I've-
page 199?
yeah, well,
Oh, the rule book.
yeah.
Aren't they the exact same?
Don't know. Let's find out. I think one of them might be listed under in Battlefield Cronus, or yeah, Cronus.
What's
Aren't
the
they?
difference
No,
between
they're
the two?
one's for transporters, raiders, and frigates. The others like cruisers and cruisers. Are we not? Are we? Either? Frigate.
Okay. So the Jovian is. What's that? No, sorry. Apologies. It's the
We're looking at the plasma drive or the warp
these,
drive right
these
now.
are warp drives. Apologies.
Okay.
Skadoosh.
So let's see. The Miloslav ones are listed in Battlefield Cronus. Alright, blah blah blah. The Miloslav one, blah blah blah. Warp engine sits in the border of such suspect designs, not quite heretical, but somehow tainted with the scent of the profane. Capable of great speed during warp transit, the engine is notably less secure than later designs and more prone to attract hostile warp entities and generate distant warp currents capable of swamping the entire ship. So it comes with the ability, talent, Ace of the Damned. Reduce the duration of all warp passages by half. However, roll on the warp travel encounters every 3 days rather than every 5 days.
That's still slightly less, right?
Well, I mean, you're
Half.
having
Three.
you're having the travel times for not double the encounters. Technically.
But if you ain't there for half as long,
I mean, mathematically, you're that's like a net positive, right?
I think.
I think.
Unless you're tricking me with words in my maths. Update.
But yeah, I mean, basically you either have a standard one, which is the Strelov, or you go for the weird one. Both cost the same.
We could always just, flip for it. We'll do a 1d2.
Sure.
Yes, leave it to the dice. Who's
Okay.
rolling the 1d2?
It's a natural one. So
Ah,
that's a spicy one.
spicy one it is. Excellent.
Says
Okay.
my headcanon.
Next, we have the
No, I
plasma
I
drive.
realised I rolled without actually calling what's what. Yeah.
Well, you said it, so
We'll just
Yeah.
trust you.
Yeah. Natural one is warpy shit, right? So.
sure.
Oh, you'll feel right at home.
Yay.
Okay, so similar story again. I believe with the plasma drives. So it's going to be the Jovian Pattern Class 2 in the core rulebook, or oh wow, the Jovian Pattern Class 8.1 drive. The differences being, the standard one will get you. Okay, that's weird. 45 power and take up 10 space. But the one in the extra one is 44 power, but takes up 11. So I'm guessing there's going to be a blah blah blah.
There must be something
Oh, there is,
extra
yeah.
it gives you.
Yeah. So it's more robust basically. You get reliable construction if this component becomes damaged, depressurized, or suffers critical hit, including a 4 or 6 result in the chart. Roll a d10. On a 4 or higher, the effect is ignored. So it's essentially reliable. It's the sort of ship equivalent of the reliable trait, I guess, in exchange
Well-
for 1 extra ship point, taking up 1 more space and generating 1 less power.
To be honest, I'd go for that one because the last thing you want in a spaceborne battle is to be sitting still.
What's the opinions?
Yeah. Plus, we need to divert extra part of the sneaky things.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know what it
yeah,
means,
no,
but it makes sense to me.
Okay. So void shields, I believe it's going to be a similar sort of case of something standard. So you get the single void shield array for all ships in the core rulebook, costing you 5 power, 1 space, and see, you can get the boss glimmer pattern void shield array. Which, only costs you 3 power and 1 space, and the trade-off. Oh, that's weird.
Good weird or bad weird?
I think it's sort of bad weird. It's kind of like a phased shield, so it literally it like flickers on and off all the time, sort of thing, to save power.
That sounds terrible.
We're basically a giant fucking phase rave.
Blah blah. When this void shield cancels a hit from any source, roll a d10. On a 3 or lower, the void shield suffers a localized overload and does not cancel the hit. Normal shields?
I think so.
I mean, 70%
Yeah.
of the time it works every time.
Normal shields. Okay, ship's
Not much.
bridge.
That's some high class stonks we've got going there.
What's this Warp's Bane Hull?
Where at?
Page 199.
Let's find out. Entire hull vessel is covered with silver hand-inscribed hexagrammic wards. These reinforced gallery field projected from a 50-meter statue of Imperial Saint. Located just for the bridge. Any navigation test any navigation test to pilot the ship through port begin a +10 bonus. Blah blah blah. Basically, I would since you don't have a player character navigator, I essentially roll twice. Pick the best.
I get you. It would be more interesting if we had a player character navigator, I think.
It probably would be. But, oh well. It is early on. If anybody wants to reroll a character, I'm not going to say no. But yeah. So we'll get all the standard stuff done and see where you are at as far as power requirements and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so bridge. So that's on page 200. I suggest you always read up in those because, yeah, quite a lot.
Is it just what's in the core rule book for the bridge?
There is the Battlefield Cronus stuff. I don't think any of them are particularly relevant to use. Nah, basically the ones that come in Battlefield Cronus are Fleet Command, Fleet Flag Bridge, Flight Command Bridge, and Invasion Bridge. Nah, I wouldn't even bother recommending any of those to use. The Combat Bridge seems like quite a good option for you.
Yeah, combat and command seem the best.
Yeah, I think so.
Personal preference between the two?
Mm-hmm.
Who hasn't?
The one that's better.
So who hasn't decided something yet?
Me, I think.
Okay, your pick. Combat Bridge or Command Bridge?
I think the command bridge.
See, my command stat's pretty damn good.
Okay, Command Bridge.
So, what's the tech use test like across the board?
Oh, so basically, you be rolling tech use.
Repair.
Yeah. So I mean, it's literally what it says, damage control station. So any attempts to repair it with that bridge are going to be, 10 easier. So
That's probably going to be more beneficial. I don't know what.
I mean, if you think so, then I guess that would be fine.
+5 to the ballistic tests, or some. I've already got like.
Well, if you think your skills are good enough, then I guess okay.
I've already got a 60 on commands, so it's not bad. I don't know.
And then watch as we fail our, first situation where it comes to it by just 5.
okay, is that a combat bridge then?
Yeah. Let's go for the combat bridge then.
Combat bridge it is. Okay,
I have absolute faith in my abilities.
life support. So
Break glass in case of emergencies.
oh, that's interesting.
I mean,
Okay.
there's one that says that it doesn't remove the stink of discharge, so maybe not that one.
Increase all morale loss by 1. So yeah, the Vitae pattern is standard, like vanilla. The one that's listed in the Battlefleet book is quite interesting sounding. The Clemency pattern life sustainer. Blah blah blah. Augments traditional water filters, air purifiers, emergency oxygen tanks, void suit storage, regular intervals. So basically, it's like a very redundant life support system. Increase the morale permanently by 1, and any crew population reductions and morale losses due to depressurization by 4. Just them by 4 to a minimum. So that's going to cost you 4 power, 4 space, and the sort of
3 and 1.
That's the shit one, I think.
The Vitae is 4 and 2.
Yeah, so it's 4 and 2 or 4 and 4. Same cost and shit points though. What do you think? Fancy one or standard?
Anybody know what morale points? How useful 1 morale point is?
It's not that, it's the fact that it stops
Or
the reduction of them due to depressurization, or at least reduces them quite drastically.
yeah,
I think that's the main bonus.
probably go for, I would probably sacrifice some space for the life support system.
Okay.
As quite important to myself. Life.
Okay, we'll get the Augur right next. So again, you've got, well, it depends how fancy you want to go, basically. It's going to cost you various amounts of power. They are all externally mounted, so they don't cost you any space. But obviously, depending how fancy you go, you're going to... Hang on. Excuse me. You're going to cost more thingamajigs. More power.
Anybody else want to take this one?
Yeah, I'm going to propose something. I don't know if Philbo will say yes to this. The W240 passive detection array from Hostile Acquisitions.
What page?
The description is on page 71.
Oh, cool! I didn't realize the list stuff was here. Awesome. Pass detection. Oh, that's pretty cool. Assuming that just... Okay, so I'm assuming that just like acts as a normal auger, but you get that option of running it passively. Yeah, up to yourselves. So basically, it's passive capabilities, so you can use detection actions when you're in silent running without any penalties. It's going to cost 3 power and 1 extra ship point. Pretty cool though.
Sure.
It is pretty snazzy.
Okay, let's go for that then. No, that's not listed. Interesting. Yeah, let's put it through as that. Be all right. There's no extra. Let's put it through as a standard one. Okay, you've got your crew quarters. Cargo passenger. Dude. Yeah, your cargo and passenger compartments.
I mean, I guess just the standard voidsman quarters. Don't know why we'd take the cramped ones.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Pointy.
Sure, you don't want to take slave quarters?
Fucking slave.
Decreases morale permanently by 5.
Not if you're in the offices.
Trying to see if there's the thing you was mentioning. Yeah, whatever. Weapons. Weapons. So, because you've got a Firestorm, you get a lance weapon, and you get 1 macro battery. So we got. It'll be one of the lance weapons, so like the Mizoa lance weapon, or what's the other one at? The Titan Forge lance weapon. Differences between those two. The Mizoa is 9 power, 4 space, 3 ship points, 1 strength, and you're doing 1d10 plus 5 with 4 crate, range 4. I think the way, if I remember reading this, I think the Mizoa pattern one is, yeah, it's basically like the sort of, you lose the range bonus that you normally get with lances, but it's more powerful. Or I think one of the big advantages of using lances is the fact that you get like massive range from them.
I was going to say, being on a small ship, you could harry a larger ship by keeping at range and using speed.
Yeah, that's one of the main advantages of
Yeah.
Firestorm. Yeah. I think the Titan Forge is probably your best call, to be honest.
I agree on that one. Everyone else?
Yeah.
Titan Forge weapon.
That's a lot of damage.
It is. And then
It's also a lot of power.
Yep.
It's okay though. With
So-
the power of flex tape.
And then you just get a macro cannon for dorsal. So I mean,
Nice.
Mars pattern macro cannon would be fairly standard.
Yeah.
Or macro battery? Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, Mars pattern macro cannon. For dorsal mine. Standard. Okay. I think we've got some stuff left over. If you just want to use that up. There's 4 space left. And 7 leftover power.
There is one thing I would like personally.
Yeah.
I would like where is it? A temple shrine to the God Emperor.
Oh, okay. Temple Shrine to the God Emperor. Where's that listed?
It's pay.
Oh, got it.
Got it.
Sexy ship set offside of prayer and praise. Yeah, permanent increase morale. Sweet. Yeah, sure. If everyone else happy with that.
Is everyone else okay with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that considered our KO deck? No, it's not. I think there's some. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna allow you one piece of our KO deck.
I'm gonna need a list.
Or sorry, rephrase that. One piece of our KO
Oh,
deck, or no, that's considered.
Page 206, I believe.
Yeah, page 206. Yeah.
Well, if we want things to go very, very wrong, we could have a teleportarium.
Ooh.
I'd say teleportarium does sound like a lovely word.
I'm not gonna lie. That was the one thing I wasn't going to.
I can just imagine the accidents that would happen.
If you want access to have them, let me do the rolls, then it's guaranteed the ship will go down in like 5 seconds.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking
I know.
more. Either gave you the upgraded bridge or the drive.
Actually, what's the ghost
What is
field?
that?
Grisfield Xenotech. Not Archaeo.
Oh, it's Archaeotech. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong table. Sorry.
So I've got a possible cool Archaeotech thing. Emergency energy reserves.
Where's that under?
That's also a hostile acquisition.
Okay.
So when crippled, the captain may choose to have either his weapon components or his speed unaffected by the usual penalties for crippled ships.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
That is pretty nice.
There's a couple of good ones from this. Witch Augur, Plumb the Immaterium. A navigator may use this device to make a challenging +0 awareness test. If successful, the navigator can identify nearby vessels or other large objects and estimate when and where they are likely to transition out of the warp. And there's a graviton flow, which is pretty cool. So convenient flux. When triggered, all vessels in the star system suffer a -30 to their detection for 2 strategic rounds. Requires 24 hours per recharge to use. Does not require hull space.
I think the first one you read out could really get you out of a tight spot.
Yeah, I think the Cruisers could do pretty well. See what else there is. Fleet.
Fucking murder servitors.
We've already got one of those. It's called Sandwich.
Yeah.
I quite like them.
Don't insult the tech priests that have augmented servitors.
I quite like the sound of the Bridge of Antiquity.
+5 maneuverability.
That's actually very powerful. That's very much building in the strength that the ship already has.
That sounds like it could be useful, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
And
I know
social
what I'm
skill
talking
tests as
about.
well. So
Ships.
Okay, well, tell you what. Since you like the emergency energy reserve thing, I work that into a board of some sort later on. Okay, so Bridge of Antiquity. Go to
Fucking chairs constantly squeaking.
Bridge of Antiquity. Frigates. Cool.
1 power, 1 space, 2 SP.
Oh, the gallery field. Can't forget about that. That's kind of important.
Nah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
fine. We don't need a Geller field. We'll be fine without one.
Okay. If you, that's okay. We'll move on. That's fine. Uh,
No.
I'll be
Pointy.
honest.
That would be the shortest campaign ever.
I'm not gonna lie, Phil. If we can run without Gallowfield, I'd like to request my previous character in 40k.
one other option.
Sorry,
that
Sandwich, you're gonna die very quickly.
I was going to say, don't forget about the additional facilities. An observation dome could be an option. It's 1 straight point, 1 space. You get bonuses towards
page?
exploration-based things.
Did we do cargo hold, or did I miss that?
Observation
didn't
zone.
actually.
There it is.
That might be a
Great,
thing.
so
if we're,
yeah. Rogue Trader campaign, we don't have a Gallowfield generator or a cargo hold. What could possibly go wrong?
I was going to say, there is always a main cargo hold that you would have. As far as I know, this sort of section of it is for like modified cargo holds.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're just going to use the cargo hold on my gun cutter to supply people.
Oh yeah, so Gallowfield, where's that at? Scroll.
Oh, I'm looking at the bloody Xenotech and.
It isn't actually listed as a specific thing. Yeah, so I think that there's 2 different kinds. There's the standard Gallowfield mentioned, or the Bellicane one. I'm assuming that is going to be listed in. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be listed under in Battlefleet Cronus, but maybe not.
Shard cannon
Ooh.
battery.
So the Bellicane one is yeah. Bit nastier. I think. Yeah, so it's an experimental Gallowfield.
Ooh,
Ooh.
That sounds good.
that's a thing. That's 2 words that you want together.
The 90R was an experimental type of warp field which offered enhanced warp handling capabilities, allowing the ship to slip through the warp like a predatory razorfish. Unfortunately, it was prone to an inexplicable flicker during prolonged use, which would allow demonic entities ingress to the vessel during warp transit, meaning it's rarely used.
Great, this is
So-
going to end up like the old
But we're
guys
going.
party.
Aren't we going twice as fast? So how often does it?
Any navigation tests to pilot the ship through the warp gain a +10 bonus. Yay! However, subtract -20 from the result of any rolls made in the warp encounters table, which I'm assuming means go for the more severe ones, which I will quite
Yeah.
happily do.
I'm not going to lie. When you said twice as fast, the Sonic sound played in my head, and I kind of want it now.
So basically, we get this ending. There's what's the percentage chance we get a doom scenario in the bloody ship?
Okay, so basically, your warp drive is letting you travel twice as fast. However, instead
go
of
fast.
every 5 days of rolling a warp encounter, I'll be rolling 3 days for it.
So it'll work out the same as if we hadn't taken the speed.
Right. Is it possible to start speccing into Doom Guy? Just to be safe.
50% higher chance for Phil to play Rip and Tear in the background of Roll20 now.
I've got Doom soundtrack playing now because he mentioned that.
So yeah, up to yourselves as far as that Gallowfield's concerned.
I like safety.
I don't know. I could
I want to be.
like,
I want to be
Yes,
a predatory razorfish.
maybe-
I like safety, and I don't trust Sandwich's opinion because he's
I
basically
know.
the albatross of the group.
I would essentially be the reason why this campaign ends quickly. So yeah,
That's what I mean.
I just like the idea. I'm not saying go for it. I just think it'd be quite funny.
You are the ship's albatross.
I have a lot to prove.
Okay, so you've got exactly 3 ship points left. So we'll get the standard gallery field on. You've got 6 left over power and 3 ship points left.
I've got a proposition for 2 power, 1 space. It is a laboratorium. Again, this is from Hostile Acquisitions. Research facility. This component grants a plus 20% bonus to all tests to identify, analyze, and repair artifacts of ancient or Xenos origin, or to any tests to craft single items such as a single weapon or piece of armor. This could include scholastic lore, forbidden lore, tech use, and trade tests, as well as others at the GM's discretion. So we basically get allowed to identify shit, and we can start making stuff, essentially.
Oh wow! And then that's not even archaeotech. That's like legit.
That sounds really nice, actually. I approve. Let's turn this into the Avenger.
Okay. Well, we know where Lucius is going to be all the
Seems
time.
like an absolute win.
Cool. We'll add that
So, in
on.
other words, Lucius is now become MacGyver.
Laboratorium. Where are you
I
listed?
do like that. That's nice. That is.
Page
40.
72.
Oh, I find it. I'm trying to find it in the thingamajig. So
I do like
Get
how
all
we're
the numbers
turning this
proper.
into the 40k equivalent of XCOM. You are Commander.
Suck at
Matt.
XCOM.
Commander.
Welcome back, Commander.
I'm going to assume it's not listed. Yeah, that's fine. Because none of the stuff out of hostile acquisitions is listed. So that's fine. We can add that in
Huh.
like on the. Yeah, cool. That'll be the last 3 ship points, and exactly enough space for that. Yeah, there's plenty. There's space for that. Sweet. Laboratorium then. Okay.
Nice.
So.
Do you mean to say that your spreadsheet is down?
Nothing wrong with my spreadsheet.
I'll have you know he excels at spreadsheets.
Oh, fuck
Get
off.
out.
For fucking hell.
Hey, you're
Jesus
just angry that I
Christ.
made that joke before you, Phil.
Yeah,
That's your
I
kind of
am-
joke.
I am as well. I think most of us
Absolutely
are.
furious.
I think we all had that same idea, so you fucker stole it.
Dad jokes. Hey. That was a crunch of disgust there, Phil.
No comment. Cool. I think we'll use the ship today. I hope not. I mean, well, if you get that far ahead, I'll be impressed. But anyway, let's get back to it. Okay,
Surprise ship combat coming right up.
no comment. Oh, by the way, I gender swapped your essential, by the way, because I couldn't find any any pictures close to what I wanted for the character, so I just gender swapped it. Found one I liked. So there we go.
I mean,
God damn
it's
Rule
the
64
41st millennium, so
Exactly.
be what? Yeah.
It's so your essential and your cousin is Scythia, Constantine.
Cool. Not that fat bald man you sent me earlier.
No, that was just an example of the noble attire. That wasn't
Ah.
that
Did
wasn't.
you just assume his
I
senatorship?
thought I was getting space verse.
No.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
No. Okay, so what happened
And
last
he's a
week?
eunuch, so you don't need to worry about gender.
So what happened last week?
Things went slightly off the rails towards the end.
So you were the one putting them off the rails. For the most
Sandwich
part?
tried to
I
kill
may
that
have
poor guy.
intended to intimidate someone after a charm roll slightly failed.
I distinctly remember Sandwich was about to behead a poor lost soul on a ship until we persuaded him not to.
I'm sure that ended well for him.
I mean, it worked out fine, apart from the frag incident. So I've now made notes.
Oh,
Even though in the book says it's 4 meters, not 6.
you're looking at the wrong thing then. By the way, everybody, profit factor is 42.
Nice.
I thought it was 50.
That was your ship points.
So starting is 42.
Sounds like heresy to me.
Average dex is 200. We're classed as rank 1, aren't we, all of us?
Indeed.
Right, I'm going to buy. I can get
See, I'm-
ambidextrous.
This is gonna fuck everything.
Is it?
You said that the profit factor was 52 and the ship points was 50.
Is that what I said? Check my notes. I could be wrong.
On Discord, anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, that's me corrected. Okay. As I said then, so it shall be. I do apologize.
Rich than we were a second ago.
Right, is it then
Yes.
52?
Yeah. 52 profit factor.
Okay, so where are we now, Mr. GM?
So, currently, user on the way back to Port Wander, aboard Captain Trask's cruiser. Can't even remember at this point. My bad. A bonus experience if anybody remembers the name
Ooh, fuck.
of Trask's
The anti-heresy.
cruiser.
The Happy Space Marine.
The
No.
Sovereign Venture.
Hey, cool! You can 50 XP for that. Well done. So yeah, I'm just fucking handing it out. So yeah, I believe we said you were please correct me. Somewhere around here. It was just about 3 weeks out, like just short of 3 weeks out. Port Wander. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So, just for funsies, we're going to roll once on the Warp Encounters table. Because instead of the three, maybe 4 times, I could probably, roll on it. Where'd it go?
Indeed, Phil.
Indeed. So, would anybody like to do the roll, or will I do the roll?
I think, as being as it's Pointy's first session with us, he should make the roll.
Oh lord. Okay.
Ooh, I like this, especially since his character isn't going to be affected
Baptism.
by it. That's even better.
Yeah.
Baptism by
Oh
literal
yeah. If you
fire.
all die, I'm fine.
Yeah, boy.
So what am I rolling?
Hey, D100, please. Huh. Interesting. It's largely irrelevant for you guys. Treasure beyond compare. With an almighty wallop, the ship tilts to one side, followed by a clinking sound. To everyone's amazement, the ship is now riddled with tiny black pearls of exquisite rarity. Allow the crew to keep them and gain 10 morale. A successful +0 command check sees you sternly command the crew to hand them in to an executive team, adding 1 profit factor, but reduce the crew morale by 3, as they resent being robbed of the sudden windfall. Should the players take the treasures for themselves, they also gain 1 corruption point. Accepting gifts from the warp is bad for the soul.
I mean, not my crew.
Nope, not your crew, so you don't actually benefit from that. But you also don't not benefit from it.
Could be worse.
It could. Oh, believe you me, it could be a lot worse.
Well done, Pointy.
Okay.
Sweet. That's good. That's my one chance to shit his up.
We laugh in the face of danger.
Apparently so. But point I might need to do more rolls at this rate.
No.
Okay, cool. So, other than that one rather weird event, the navigator manages to steer you all through the warp back to Port Wonder very cleanly without any further events, as it took almost
Wait,
3 weeks.
while we're on board, do we class as crew? Do we get a
Right.
black pearl?
Sure, by all means, have one
Yes.
corruption point.
Damn it. Job at it.
Why do you think nobody else asked for one? You fool.
Okay, yeah,
It's fine. It's just one.
Does that count as heresy?
I'm saying, Matt, there's going to be one point in this campaign where you're like, oh shit, if only I had one less corruption point, I wouldn't have grown massive bat wings.
But he wants to be Batman.
Okay.
Sounds like an absolute win.
So he's arrived back in Port Wonder. I've got a lovely page all specced up for you, so you can see what it looks like, as well as through the general layout of
Looks
it.
wondrous.
It's wander, us actually. It's Port Wander to walk idly. I don't know, walk aimlessly, whatever. So Port Wander. At any given time, there are at least a half dozen rogue traders docked at the station, as well as other merchant vessels, enormous transports, and numerous smaller craft moving in and out of docking stations like swarming insects. Other vessels move through the area, offloading raw fuel gases mined from the 2 larger planets, or minerals and ice from the further reaches of the system. There are also numerous asteroids sharing the space, most of which have been turned into fuel depots. Very fancy manses for the high and mighty, as well as small states on them. Although some have been turned into crude habitats, storage facilities, smaller shipyards, and some other useful installations. When you're coming in closer to port, you see this doing a lazy orbit around port.
That's got a lot, Daka.
It does. So does anybody have anything relevant to the Imperial Navy, perchance? Let's see, or anything you think
Yeah.
could be relevant?
I have a common law of Imperial Navy.
Ooh,
10.
ooh, excellent. In that case, take a. We'll go for a +10 on that as well. An additional +10.
Nice. Not so nice.
Mr. Man, 4 fate points. Would you like to reroll that?
No, why not?
Okay, I wasn't expecting a yes. I'm not gonna lie.
I laugh in the face of your danger. With a 10. Ah, even better.
Nice. Let's see if anyone else got anything that I could.
That seems like a tip of the tongue. No, I think I've got it. Nope, not quite.
Basically,
I'll tell you what it is. It's a vessel of the Imperium.
I was gonna say the one thing I'm sure all of you have noticed is the rather large inquisitorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Logo on the front.
Heraldry in the front. Yes. Let's see. Who have we got? Nope, definitely not sandwich.
What?
What? Common law Imperium?
I was about to add that on there.
Give me a -10 common law Imperium.
Or bureaucracy?
No, definitely not bureaucracy.
Is that Common Law Imperial Guard? Do you mean?
Boom.
Hey, you did it.
You recognize it as an Emperor class. Sorry, my apologies. A Retribution class battleship.
That looks like a Retribution class battleship.
Yes, but you take particular note of the inquisitorial prow on it.
I do.
Yes, it is worth mentioning. Inquisitors and rogue traders don't necessarily get along because the Inquisition doesn't like the fact that rogue traders have essentially
We do what we want passes.
yeah, It's particularly when it comes to being in contact with any Xenos as well as any heretical forces that may exist.
I'm more than willing to get along quite well with anything with that amount of boomsticks on it.
Fair enough. So, you arrive in port, get docked up. Trask gives his, requests that you pass on his best wishes to your grandfather, and she's come into contact out in the expanse someday.
Likewise, it's been a pleasure. Other than the cursed pearls. Thanks for that, though.
He sort of like looks around at all sort of the rattings and crewmen sort of around and sort of gives you a sort of hush hush sort of subtle gesture. Okay. These are all at the dock. You see your cousin, Scythia, just down the dock from you, with sort of usual get up of sort of sensual robes. It's very, very, very well fitted xenomesh, and like a data slate and a servo skull floating behind her.
Sorry, I think I missed the start of that sentence.
Yes, you see your cousin Scythia
Ah.
down the dock from you.
I go over and I don't know, hug. I go for a hug.
Let's do Game of Thrones relationships.
I was going to say, at that, she recoils ever so slightly and just sort of accepts the hug.
Rape.
It's
a friendly hug. I pat her on the back as we hug.
Okay. It's one of those. You get sort of
it's like a bro hug, but
you
not
get
the bro hug.
in that case.
You gotta remember.
You
Yeah,
get two very hesitant sort of placating sort of pats in the back.
a long-suffering. Yes.
Yes.
Or just at the point.
I was going to say you've been very much the shall we say party animal of the family. Everyone else is a little bit more serious. A little bit more serious.
I ask after her health while still hugging.
Yes. It's fine, and sort of gets a thumb dug in your shoulder to sort of peel you off.
I relent. That's fine.
So how was the salvage operation? I've been asked to check up on you.
Successful. Heroic.
Do you have a manifest of what you managed to get from it, or any further details for me?
Good question. Bring forth my manifest. I call it over my shoulder.
I don't know. So some random minion comes up with the data slate and sort of hands it to you.
I wipe my forehead.
And bows deeply when handing you it. She takes it and sort of has a quick scan through it, makes some sort of copy presumably, and sort of hands her own data slate onto the.
I thank Stephen for his assistance and time to go by.
Stephen looks overjoyed that his Lord Captain has remembered his name and sort of gives a particularly deep bow, turns around and shuffles off. To Scythia after she's done, she says, and I suppose you'd like to know what state your ship's in.
Why, yes. I imagine it's tippy top.
It's got 3 weeks left. The Mechanicus are doing the last checks on it.
Just top them. That'll do.
Yes. I would request that you and your senior staff here follow me along, and I will give you the rundown as well as show you where all your various quarters are. Grandfather has requested that I act as your seneschal for your adventures. Hopefully, they'll be less eventful than your adventures on Scintilla, referring to your party life.
I can't make any promises. See what happens.
Not a certain party where someone got shot.
I believe that would be included under those adventures. Yes.
At that point, I'll appear by your side.
Oh yeah, that was quite the mess.
I shall just, at that comment, I'll just kind of stand there and glance off into the distance, looking the other way.
Quite. Likewise, I was requested to inform you that there's a gala being held. Apparently.
Hold on.
Get into character, I see.
You see,
Yes.
sort of, flicking through your data slate. Yes, Lord Captain Guard was keen to host a party now that there's, well, I suppose you make 7, or is it 6.5 at the minute since your ship doesn't work? Well, 6.5 for
Oh,
traders.
no need for that. I brought half a ship. I salvaged half a ship earlier.
Well,
2 halves make a whole and all that.
quite. Regardless, this gala is being held at the end of the week. Lord Captain Guard has requested presence. Grandfather will be there, by the way, so don't do anything too embarrassing. I will be in attendance.
I put the stopper back on the white bottle.
I'll be in attendance. Explorator, your presence has been requested as well, and I suppose I could get the rest of you in security duty.
No, I'm sure that the rest of my men have some very pressing matters to be on with. I won't bore you with the details, but enjoy that.
Not really
these-
expecting to be mentioned, Lucius would voice up and ask, who has requested my presence?
The invitation is for road traders and their significant senior staff. As exploratory fall under that bracket.
You can't tell if he's sighing or exhaling normally.
At the mention of his grandfather, my attention will snap back to the conversation.
There's some more sort of casual scrolling in the data slate. It's like, mention. Yes, standard protocol for this sort of thing is you're expected to have 1 bodyguard. Like I say, the rest will be assigned to security if they want, or if you wish them to, I suppose.
No, thank you.
I have 1 member of your security detail already selected myself.
Who packed their finest?
Have a cloth as the finest.
Not me.
From a death. Well, what's my finest? It's a blooded hat or something.
I'm in no fit state to make an appearance at such a thing. I will take my leave.
There's another quick sort of scanning of her data slate. It's like, if you're the pilot, right? You won't be needed in the gala. You just need to be waiting ship.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. I will be at my ship.
Well, then I suppose you won't be in security, will you?
Yes, you are quite right.
Okay, so at that sort of turns on hill and marches, sort of leads on off towards some transport. He's sort of going around a little bit to the hang on, get there. Helps it if I drag it. It's actually quite handy having the stream up because I can tell exactly where the players are. I was going to say, he's grown from sort of the primary void docks on the eastern side to the on around to the repair yards, and the ship is docked in one of the sort of outgoing ports, as it were. And you can tell it's definitely it looks like it could be moving. There doesn't seem to be any major work happening to it. Presumably it's all sort of going on inside. Theodore will sort of show you all around the ship, including the part she's particularly proud of. Her favorite bit, as it were, being the Archaeotech command deck. That's particularly happy with finding that. It gives you a rundown of the ship quirks, as we mentioned. The machine spirit. And
were we rolling on that big ass quirks table, by the way?
I was right about to get to that. What we're going to do is we're going to leave one to the dice. Leave one to the dice. I think we will allow we'll allow one reroll on the dice one, and we'll pick between the two. You guys can pick one, and I'm going to pick one. So who hasn't rolled yet?
I haven't rolled it.
Okay, give me a D100.
Is it the one I want?
Let's find out.
That's high.
That's really high.
Interesting. The darker sections of hydroponics are rumored to be home to the Bog Witch. Rumor has it that she occasionally curses members of the crew and carries off children who refuse to eat their nutrition paste.
No, it's not the one I wanted.
Particularly brave or foolhardy crew members sometimes venture into hydroponics in order to ask a favour of the Bog Witch. I would consider that a minor one. Would you like to reroll that? Would you like to give me another D100 and we'll pick between the two of them?
Can I just choose one?
Between those two. You as a crew can agree to one, but we're gonna roll. We're gonna have.
Oh, this is a random one. Okay.
Yeah, this is the random one. Yeah. I will say I'm not particularly keen on anything like overly sort of weird. The air purifiers in the main routing quarters haven't been functional for 200 years. Despite this, the air in the quarters is fresh, pure, and invigorating. The captain has a special system of ducts constructed to vent some of this air up to the bridge.
Okay.
That can only go well.
Magical air purifiers that sort of do nothing in particular, or Bog Witch and hydroponics.
I think the Bog Witch.
Okay, Bog Witch it is.
No, I'm just thinking everyone else has got to agree. It's not my choice.
I reckon I'll let him make his own bed.
But this is for your ship. Everybody
Yeah,
has
it's
to.
for the ship, you tit. We're all on the ship.
Bog Witch sounds fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's majority.
Okay. Would you like to pick one then? I'm sure. I think everyone's got sort of a couple sort of like earmarked that they like.
Where are the quirks again, sorry?
I can't link it specifically because that'll link to all my other magical spreadsheets.
No, is it in the rule book quirk?
No. This is it. This is a special one. I might have pinned it actually. I did not pin it. Shit. Give me a second.
That might have been useful.
Yes. I pinned a lot of things, and that was not one of them.
That wasn't one of them. Okay.
I find it. Oh, there's all that spam of many gifts.
Gifts, lots of gifts.
Oh, there we go. Shift quirk table. I should be alright in a stream. See it. Okay, there it is in Discord.
Or spreadsheets.
Yes. Wonderful.
Oh, I know exactly what one I'd like.
Go for it. What is it?
I think it's quite obvious.
Is it? There's 100 things
There
there,
is-
man. Nothing's obvious.
The one I like, this is just personally, is a Death Cult meets in Cargo Bay 13.
What number's that?
The one I like, I can't remember the number, but in the lower decks, there are essentially like scrap heap challenge races that happen every now and again, which gives an increase to crew morale, and the officers sometimes partake.
Yes, I remember that. I quite like that one myself, to be honest.
Wasn't there a some sort of tests for the captain?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hang on. Animals are the primary means of transport around the ship.
I was
Crews seldom hungry for fresh meat. Stench.
73. Deep in a huge abandoned storage bay, the crews have set up high-speed derbies. The crews regularly work on and race hodgepodge and ramshackle vehicles that often fall apart at the starting line. This has led to rivalries between the different ratings, but surges in morale are common during particularly exciting or messy races. Select events are often filmed for the entertainment of the higher-ranking officers.
I love that. My vote's going for that.
I think 99 would suit our bloody rogue trader.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. Just something about it seems to.
You know what?
Seems suitable.
Shall we abandon the bog witch thing? We'll take 73 as the random one. So that's the high-speed
Yes.
derbies. But I don't know. The bog witch is fine, but
Neep
like,
neep.
yeah,
I hope we got to go fast, haven't we?
we do.
Oh, 74. The ratings and crewmen speak a bastardized
feel
version
that.
of Low Gothic that bears striking resemblance to French.
The gunnery crews have formed tribes and totem cults around their guns.
Secret flight pit in the lower deck.
I think we've already got like one sort of event, shall we say? Let's see.
Number 4.
I am going to be putting 59 in as my one.
So do we get one each, do we?
No.
Or is it just like...
So we're treating 73 as the random one because I can't be fucked with either of those random ones
And that
because
was-
shit.
That was it.
Yes, I'm putting 59 as the GM choice, and you can
God.
all agree on one more.
Let's see if one,
59's fucking half, Bill.
let's see. Everyone pick a personal one, and if one gets picked twice, go with that one.
Yeah, if we all pick different ones.
I was
then
going
I'll
to
say,
say, but rolling odds and numbers and that is a bit thick, but sure, why not?
And yeah, but then what all we do is if we've all picked different ones, then we'll just roll a D7, a D8, however many we pick.
Sure.
I suppose it's a fair way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone just give a shot, I guess, and one more.
My choice is Death Cult.
Which one's that?
Number 2.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. The Assassin's thing.
I quite like number 3 from like a sort of general character point of view. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure
So
whether
just
Frigate
shoot the
has
shit
140 odd decks.
Six sounds interesting.
30 sounds hilarious.
Uh, 96.
God.
Everyone
Yeah, fuck that.
works.
Pointy?
Oh, 94.
I'm still looking.
I like 94. It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, there are 100 of them to go.
There are, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a
tell
big
you-
list.
I was going to say, tell you what, we'll
I honestly think 94 will be such a laugh.
Do we have any deviants amongst us? Because 24 could be pretty. The ship is a gentleman. A gentleman prefers blondes.
Oh, God.
there's my days. 46, 74, 91. Then for
Oh,
the
no.
French.
Number 19
Oh,
is full dystopia. I quite like that one.
25 would actually be quite good in terms of like protecting the ship.
No!
That's number 26. Lol.
12 sounds good.
We must feed the engines.
Oh, God, no.
He's objecting. He gets fed to the engine.
I mean, it's a good way to write off characters you want to respec and restart over.
Just yeet yourself into the fucking.
Yeah, like, no, new character, quick. In the engine. Oh, you look at 25. I think that'd be hilarious.
12 could actually be useful. I would receive visions of the state of the ship in its. In my
16,
private suite.
please.
But if you're gonna be the old ship drunk, then no one's gonna believe you anyway.
That's what.
Oh
I mean.
no
It's
no
gonna
no
be
no!
great.
16. We need 16. 16. Please, let's have 16.
Fuck yes, 16. I'm in.
16.
I want that. That'd be hilarious.
Oh,
I almost went with
Demonic
Frank as that random NPC's name.
uh,
I think the name helps sell it.
yeah, exactly. A demonic incursion appears. Everyone just run to deck 107.
Yeah, but the problem is if Frank is taken over by a demon.
Ah,
Then we
shit,
don't.
yeah.
Don't we make sure we never go to deck 107.
Yeah, it's already sealed. We're fine.
Yeah, deck
As long as
107.
it doesn't get. Well, what if it gets unsealed? How fucked are we in the scale of 1 to 10?
Well, we're not fucked as long as we don't get inspected by the Inquisition or some shit.
Yeah, I
It's sealed,
guarantee
it's fine.
we pick that.
Technically, we
Phil's gonna
don't
make
get
sure we do.
Yeah, technically we don't get fucked. Then it's the Inquisition that get fucked. By
Yeah,
the
but
Great
we
Narlock.
but we can hide that on our fancy pants stealthy
Wait.
thing.
No, it's ship systems that you hide.
Um,
A deck is a system.
No, it's not.
It could,
It's a
It could be
system
a
of
pet.
corridors.
I'm
Fuck
not
off.
gonna lie.
what have you got against Frank, Phil? What's wrong
Hold
with
on.
Frank?
Hold on.
I quite
Well,
like
we do
51 is quite similar, except orcs.
Orcs.
I was going to say, given the weird machine spirit that we've got, number 13 is pretty good.
I really like number 3. That sounds like something I would implement anyway.
Yeah, that's what Phil was saying about.
Oh man,
To be fair, I do quite like 3, just from a nice sort of flavor point of view.
that
to
is
be
very
fair,
That
flavorful.
makes sense.
With I mean, with what we've got on the go, like we've got 3. That would be 3 quite nice
And-
things that work
and
together.
that-
To be honest,
Yeah, and that would work nicely with the challenge thing.
But it's no Frank.
Yeah. I do hold a special place for Frank.
tell you what. If you guys can
Two
capture
against-
a greater Narlock, you can feel free to wrangle it onto a deck and abandon the deck. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Oh man, this
on
is
the
how I
condition
die.
we all call him Frank.
We could, and then we could get other monstrosities, and we could have
Phil,
many things.
question, Phil.
Connor.
Phil. You know my character, so you know some traits.
Mhm.
Can you fit a greater Narlock onto a gun cutter?
Carefully.
Carefully.
It will.
You know, hypothetically.
It will. I mean, it would have to be pretty much comatose.
It's just
But I
it's the
think
same way.
could.
The same way that you get
92.
Pomeranian.
So
Fit it on
basically,
the
what
same
you're
way
saying,
that you get a Pomeranian cross husky. Very, very carefully.
what you're saying, Phil, is basically if I was to put a greater Narlock on my gun cutter, it would be like the T-Rex out of the Lost World Jurassic Park.
I think it's more.
How many decks does your gun cutter have?
I was going to say.
Yes.
I believe a greater Narlock is about the size of a baby elephant.
Oh, that'll fit on a gun cutter.
Oh, 66 is interesting.
I like no. You know you're saying about the whole like vision thing. 92. 92.
Oh.
You look at that one.
I like 10.
I think it was a mistake giving us this choice because we're
Yeah.
going to be here all night.
This is this session now, Phil. This is it. The next 2 hours.
Okay.
What have you done? Phil?
Okay, I'm going to break it
Okay,
down.
let's go with the bar.
92. Hilarious.
I was going to say.
If you look into a mirror, you see your past or your future.
Yeah.
I like banging on pipes instead of Vox.
I was going to say.
What?
All right.
Number 10.
I'm going to jam this, and we'll just go.
The ship has no working Vox, but instead a series of brass
brass
pipes
pipes.
that you can yell into to relay stations.
God.
Okay. So.
Interspersed throughout.
We'll settle with the no rank bar then is the last one. So we have 73 for the derbies that are held in the lower decks. 59. The trial of worth. Anybody has the right to challenge the captain to become the captain. However, the captain gets to set the challenge. It can be anything.
God.
I am the captain now.
92. 92.
Alan, I'm reconsidering this Greater Narlock.
Seriously?
Anybody that challenges me,
What, to-
Go kill the greater Narlock.
go fight Frank.
Go bare knuckle box with Frank.
It does say it must be a challenge that seems doable. I think killing Frank is impossible.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
just okay. Survive for a month on deck 107.
So what basically, we're doing the fight scene from Spider-Man 1
Okay.
in the cage.
I was going to say the conditions under 59 are the captain's free to dictate the terms whenever challenged, so long as they are actually possible to complete. 1 month alone with a greater Narlock is not possible.
you and
course
the rest
it is.
makes my ability to hide in a cramped space.
Alright, you're locked in a cage with Frank, like that wrestling scene from
It's an
Spider-Man 1.
entire deck, you tit.
Nope, I'm trying
Are
to.
you-
It's a
Oh,
cage.
hang on, you're telling me that a Space Marine couldn't beat a Greater Narlock?
It'd be
So-
close.
It's possible.
Hypothetically, can I just?
It's
fit
not my
gun-
fault that the person challenging me isn't a Space Marine.
He's got a point.
It just depends. So, how many
I'm just-
characters are you okay with redoing for everyone?
I'm
So
just,
about
gonna,
11? To new characters?
I'm just gonna ban
I'm
Jackson. fit my gun cutter.
swayed towards the Greater Narlock. I'm going to be honest.
Can we roll a dice before this goes on too long?
I was
Yeah,
right
so
about
we
to say
can
that.
get to some role play.
Yeah, don't worry. I was right about to call a break, and we'll get back to it. I'm just going to override it, and we'll stick to the bar, the last one. Like
It's
I said,
okay,
But
man.
that just
We're gonna fight.
means that I'm going to get
No.
more challenges
Oh,
because
you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
be living in the bar.
Wait, you're a rogue trader. Buy yourself a baby Narlock.
He could.
okay.
You could raise it.
That's not
Right,
a
right, right,
Greater
right, right.
Narlock.
All right,
As Phil's taking the
guys.
choice away, he should give us 500
sandwich.
XP.
Right. 5-minute break. We will. 7-minute break. We will start at 20:35, 25 to 9. Grab your drinks, grab a snack, do whatever you need to, and then we'll actually get back to the session proper.
Yes.
Alright.
Cool.
We'll see Theodore gets comeuppance. I mean, have a lovely meal.
Comeuppance? What have I done?
You're going to meet with a terrible fight.
Somebody release Frank.
That's Frank. Well, that was quick. Phil. Bastard.
Hello. Hello. Anybody there?
I'm back.
Welcome back. No one else is here. I've come to the conclusion that I need to get a Narlock skull and mount it to my gun cutter.
I've come to the conclusion, do not give this party 100 choices.
Yeah. I mean, that was in the back of my mind anyway. Like, as soon as I saw the table had 100 choices, I'm like, oh, Phil, what have you done? This is going to take the rest of the session.
Yeah. Well, It's alright. We're still well on track. We're actually pretty much where I anticipated we'd be. Ish.
I demand trial by Narlock.
Well,
That's going to be the name of a drinking game in the bar.
I was going to say I was assuming that everybody had a couple things earmarked, but apparently not.
I'm back.
Cool. Who are we missing?
Sandwich. We're always waiting on the Papega.
What did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Everybody's here then. No matters.
Wow. It's true.
Okay. So, for the week running up to the gala, how would everybody have been getting themselves acquainted with the new ship?
I would have been doing what I said I wanted to do, exploring, you know what I mean, the lower decks and stuff.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So yes, you've got the week beforehand, before the gala. What would y'all be doing?
Oh, and I'd also go and see if any packages had arrived for me.
Ah, not yet.
Okay.
As per Discord, Lucius is going to be hunting around to see if he can find another mechadendrite and possibly a doctor to install it on Port Wonder.
Would you have asked Scythia to help you out with that, or would you have sort of went about it yourself?
They've not been introduced, so he, being the socially backwards guy with 25 fellowship, he'd probably go about it himself.
Fair enough. In that case, give me what's it? It's fellowship roll, isn't it?
What, acquisition?
Yeah.
It's like a 1d100 against the profit factor, I thought.
Oh yeah.
With
Apologies.
pluses and minuses for rarity.
Yeah.
Right.
2 weeks. Right. Trying to find the cheat sheet with all my acquisitions on it. Load. So it's rare, or is McDonald's rare or very rare?
It's rare.
Flat roll. Flat roll is going to take you 1 week.
No, that's a terrible thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a flat roll.
It's just 1d100, right?
Yeah, D100, and you're rolling under 50. Nope.
Haha, I'm re-rolling that. If I'm able to. Am I able to?
Yeah, I mean it's a reroll on D100. So yes. Fantastic. You find actually in your first couple of days in docks, a couple of the engine sayers in the ship were able to point you in the right direction, and you're able to sort of make things happen without too much bother. would you like this to be arranged for before the gala, of which you've been invited to, or so that you're indisposed for the gala, or would you like to arrange for it to happen after the gala before setting off again?
I don't want to raise any suspicions, so I'll have it happen after the gala.
Okay, fair enough. You set the date for the next week. Cool.
Yeah, cool. That's all me.
I shall private message our assassin later on as to the specifics. But one day, sort of going around the ship, sort of small-ish child, but sort of 10 or 12 or so, sort of pulls back a jacket a little bit to reveal a small symbol, sort of symbol of your death cult. It's an eagle, sort of with like a bolt pistol in its grip.
Yep.
Sure, why not, right? And to hand you an encoded data slate.
Bolt Eagle.
Basically, yeah. And the child just says, "Orders will be on the way." Sort of runs
I
off.
should just nod at the child, hand her a small coin, and
That's good.
slink into a corner to read.
Yeah. Gonna say there's nothing on it currently, but this is a very positive sign that your training's finally in progress and things are going to be happening.
Got you. Understood. She'll put it in a safe place on herself and keep checking it.
That's it. I mean, even you don't know where you're going at the minute, so how are your handlers supposed to know where you're going and who they can send you after, right?
They know these things.
They do know these things, but they're not that good because of who's going to be giving you. Anyway, so who is up for the security detail? Pointy, I will tell you for free that you're very much part of the security detail.
Okay.
Would anybody else like to be part of the security detail? It's worth mentioning, one of you is expected to be accompanying Theodore as his bodyguard for the gala, which essentially puts us down to either our unnamed assassin or Jack as being the quote-unquote arm candy / bodyguard.
I would shy away from it just in case the communication I receive means that I couldn't.
Okay,
If you get what I mean.
I get you.
She knows that it would arouse suspicion if she was meant to be there, but she has to be somewhere else. So
Fair enough. Recognizing this, Cynthia takes you off to the side and gives you like a security pass to the. It's being held in one of the sort of smaller asteroid villas that I mentioned before. She gives you a security pass. So it tells you to come along anyway, and go hide in a corner somewhere effectively. So you've got a good view.
she'll not.
So there's always games at play in these sort of situations,
Right.
and Cynthia,
And
being essential, is acting as spy master as well as head of commerce in the ship. So
she'd like to catch a glance of the grandfather again. Anyway.
that sort of thing, yeah. She'll whisper you where sort of placed. Okay, awkward. So I'm just gonna send it in Steam. Or sorry, Roll20 is awkward when your character name is Dots. So
Set up a macro map.
So that leaves us with. I'm assuming Hendrickson, you're going to be staying with the cutter at the docks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Jack, would you like to be the arm candy then?
I guess I will.
Fantastic. Okay. So the night rolls. The night rolls round. He's about to be getting set off. At the gun cutter in the ship. You're all met by an Ogryn of all things, and Scythia makes a sort of small gesture and says, "This is Mouse. He's going to be your he's gonna be the security that they'll see this evening."
He
You
looks.
hear a big clang, and you'll look over as you realise that he's trying to salute. You're doing a really bad job of it.
Oh dear.
I return the salute,
So
But without the clang, of course.
much snappier.
yes, so she continues on. It's rest assured he is well trained and has a voice comm. I have looked into our own secure channels. I will be about, but I'll have to do some of my own mingling. And with that, off to the gala. Unless there's any further comments.
No, I shall kind of slink off.
Okay.
By the way, I'm guessing I haven't had time to repair my skull probe yet.
Give me a tech use at -20. Oh no, shit! You've got the facilities in the ship now. Oh, you know what? Give me a tech use at oh, is armor, or do you have something sort of more relevant? I think might be the question.
I have tech use. I have trays, technomat, which is the repair thing.
Oh yes. Give me that at a plus 20. You put it together in the first place.
Combi tool, so another +10.
Sure. Sweet. Yeah. So with the, I'm assuming you'd be rather impressed with the facilities you have available to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're able to get. Did you name it? Or not?
No,
No, your unnamed servo
it's just a
skull.
probe.
Of course, your unnamed servo skull is back up and running. And I assume you're taking
Excellent.
that with you.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. So, you all arrive at the gala. It's held on, let's say, one of these converted asteroids. On arrival, you notice in particular on top of the asteroid is it's an arbodium. As far from what all of you can really notice, it's essentially like a massive cathedral-sized greenhouse. And there appears to be some lights and whatnot going on up there. So at least part of the party it would appear to be happening in there. You're of course fashionably late, much as everybody else will be, and get left off at the dock. Mouse and Mouse, you'll be sort of shown where to be put to use as security. Unsurprisingly, you're covering the front door alone.
Okay. You can
Use
tell.
the
You
front
can
door.
tell he's spent some time trying to polish his Bulgarian armor, but it still looks a bit dinged, and
Yeah. But I mean,
it's seen some use.
front door and the inside.
Yeah.
We'll mention the vestibule. I think might be the best way of putting it.
Okay.
So you get to look menacingly at all the highfalutin fancy fuckers with their massive feathers in their caps and all that sort of stuff for most of the night, and generally intimidate them, unless of course called on by I suppose Scythia or Theodore, wherever they may need you.
He'll know.
If anyone comes through that looks vaguely like they're wearing some kind of military uniform, he salutes every time, whether it's actually appropriate or not.
So the actual
So
military
periodically, you just hear this clang.
With his weapon hand.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's worth mentioning that as most of these are rogue traders, they will be wearing at the very least military-esque uniforms. You know, the whole like double-breasted fancy things.
Doublets.
Yeah, with the cloaks and the high collars and all that sort of stuff. Theodore,
That's a lot of saluting.
it is, yeah. Might need to roll like a toughness check for the like rolling endurance and all those salutes, you know. But anyway, so
Ogryn has given himself a concussion.
please, there's not enough in there to damage. But yes, Cynthia and Theodore both dressed up in the family colours of black and trimmed gold. With a Matt, what did you say it was? It was like a omnicompass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
like
say,
a winged omnicompass.
yeah, sure, I like it.
Yeah.
Can somebody give me a perception check, please? I'm gonna say Jack and Lucius, both give me a perception check, please.
Okay, let's shoot on. Just flat.
Yeah, just flat. Okay, never mind. Nothing important. So,
Hold on, I haven't rolled my skull yet.
oh, of course, my apologies. Your server skull is giving you a small readout of citrus, in the vicinity of Theodore and Cynthia for some reason.
Okay.
Okay. You thought I wouldn't use that.
I don't think you used it right away.
Anyway, so as soon as you get through the vestibule, mice sort of handed off to the security team. Syntax, can you give me a silent move roll? At a, ooh, this is gonna be difficult actually. Wait, you don't have silent move yet?
I don't get it as trained, and I can't take it till rank 2.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I can't take it till rank 2.
That's
Just
wasn't expecting
clumps along the rafters.
that. Okay, I mean you've got.
Concealment?
Sneaky.
I was gonna say what I've got that can let you be sneaky here and do sort of a more honest roll on it, shall we say?
Dodge? It works off agility. Dodging from one place to another.
Tell you what, right? If you're using your cameline cloak and so you're taking it one step at a time, what we can do is we'll say 3 tests to get you where you need to be.
Okay.
And we'll use concealment for that. So concealment at plus 20. So that's gonna be sort of run below 43.
Okay, we'll try.
I think that's sort of the best way to do it, sort of honestly.
Is that plus 20 or plus 30, did you say?
I'll say plus 30, fuck it. I want this to work. Oh, nice. Give me another.
He's on the raggedy edge.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me another. Okay. Give me another concealment.
Ooh.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so as far as you know, you quite comfortably got up to your sort of vantage point, shall we say? Up sort of like, would you go for a corner or would you go for like sort of upper middle of the room sort of
Actually, Can I re-roll the failed one?
If you want, yeah.
Hang on, let me check. I remember how many fate points I've got. Let me check.
I will give you a clarification of the rules and allow you to make a judgment in this.
Okay.
There's a large party going on. There are a lot of people.
Okay.
But if you're sneaking around the place, I would probably be adding maybe a 20 to that roll. And
I get. No, I understand.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I won't.
uh,
I'd find somewhere that had some shadow in it. That had some kind of shadow in, if you get what I mean.
yeah.
So it's not a clear view, but I would know through my training that hiding in pitch blackness still gives you away. So I'd try and, in between the two, because it actually makes you more hidden.
Plus,
Sorry, go on.
yeah. Plus, you got your cloak to work with. So
Yeah, I'd obviously, once I'd found the place, I'd settle down into a position I knew I could maintain for a long period, and I'd wrap the cloak around.
That's good. Will you be having any weapons readied, or will you just be assuming it's going to be a fairly chill sort of night?
No, I would have the sniper rifle ready.
Okay, fair enough.
Just in case.
Last but not least, we will assume you're like monitoring the microbeads coming from the rest of the party.
Oh yeah, I'd have my microbeading, and I'd be using my eye, going through the various ranges in it, and going from dark sight to normal sight, checking corners, dark corners, that kind of thing.
That's good. Okay, so it's a fairly simple setup. It's effectively sort of like two large rooms, sort of vaguely T-shaped. You've walked into the top of the T for the large banquet hall, up and down it. Why do that? Okay. Not a fancy map, but all it needs to do is get the point across. Okay, so you sort of.
Sorry, quick question. To my knowledge, does anyone else know I'm actually here?
I would say Scythia is the only one that knows exactly what you're doing, but
Okay.
but everyone else will just be assuming that you're part of the like security crew sort of thing.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't.
hmm
So give you a bit. Whoops.
Room looks grumpy.
So this can be the main sort of main hall, as it were, just for the sake of sort of illustrating it a little bit. This can be the main banquet hall. You came through the vestibule down at the bottom.
With periodic clanking
Yes.
sounding behind us.
Yes. Came through the vestibule down here, and the main doors into the arboreum are below the room. It's all very fancily set up. You never quite caught exactly who's hosting this, but you think your family would struggle to have an establishment such as this. It's particularly fancy. You'll have noted all the various houses being represented. House Garrett, who's hosting it, of course. I said whatever. House Zernzak, House Drac, Myers, and Havelock. Particularly concerned at the notice of House Whimsit. Can't quite remember why though. So, can I get a fellowship roll from Theodore and Lucius, please?
Okay. So I get +10 for etiquette.
This is also high society, so it's going to be if you've got anything like peers nobility, right? That'd be another 10.
Somewhere. Where it is.
Oh, what a
It's
shock.
Peer government, peer nobility, yes. And then would I presume be displaying my warrant? I don't know. How's that work?
Nah, you wouldn't be.
No.
This wouldn't be the sort of crowd you would sort of puff that around with. This is very much a room of equals, as it were. So
Even with my renowned warrant.
why would anybody give a shit? You know, they've all got their own.
Fair. So
Does each degree of that failure represent each generation of ancestors that just got insulted?
You know what? It probably could in this sort of crowd. Matt, give me your roll.
what?
It's a major case of the ouchies.
Oh wow! You are cutting that rug up.
Damn right.
You've managed to like remember the name of every single person. Absolutely nothing. It's absolutely nothing to do with Scythia, like whispering
I'm
names
just-
in
I'm
your
just-
microbead. But even if she,
I'm
even if
just
she,
strolling through. Like I've drank with most of them.
yeah, basically, you've had some drinks with a fair few of them, or have ran into a fair few of them, sort of along the way. Whatever way it all works out, between a combination of having reminders of their names and vaguely what they're into, whispered in your name, in your ear, sorry. Every single person you've ran into has been left with a very positive opinion of you. Lucius, on the other hand, I'm curious. How do you think Lucius would insult everyone to almost the extreme opposite of what Theodore managed to do? Because I mean, that's a 95. You're like 5 off, like an extreme failure.
Well, I think his appearance would be very unsettling to start off with.
Do you think you went in for a hug?
Followed by the raucous noise coming from his bionic lungs, which are of very poor quality. Which make this like horrible, like
It sounds like Darth
very
Vader.
awkward noise. And then topped off with like a complete lack of manners, I suppose, because he's mechanicum. He's
Bionic
he's
fart.
from a Forge world, so he's social skills aren't exactly developed there.
Your
So
mother
I guess
was
he
a
would
hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
I guess he would very bluntly approach some people like, "So who are you?" Wouldn't really, give a greeting, wouldn't say please or thank you and so on. He's more thinking like, "My feet hurt. I don't want to be here. I don't like the food. I want to be at home with my new mechadendrite."
That sort of thing. Nice. Luckily for you, sometime before the meal starts, you find the other explorators that have been invited in a corner in a sort of a cloister of mechadendrites over in the corner. You find safe harbor for the rest of the night.
Oh, thank God.
Luckily for you, that these are all sharing fairly similar opinions of all this sort of stuff, and it ends up being quite a satisfying conversation on the specificities of the rights you do when maintaining a standard issue las rifle. Which I imagine to be quite an enthralling subject. But yes. After sort of the hour or so of general hobnobbing, the meal is called, and you're all sort of gathered around the table. You note that sort of high table at the top of the room. Theodore, you see your grandfather sit down, sort of center right, of the sort of the high seat, where Lord Captain Guard is sitting.
The seat's right or my right as I'm looking at it?
You're right. Seat left. In the seat of honor, to Lord Captain Garrett's right, looks a lot like an Inquisitor to you. Yeah, you know what, I'm not going to hide that. Is most definitely an Inquisitor of a similar age to your grandfather, so like pushing those like mid-70s, 80s comfortably, but much like everybody
But
else in the
we had
Imperium.
no indication that there was any Inquisitors.
I know, right?
Apart from that massive ship.
So, you'll all be sitting down to eat. And can I have from you, Theodore, an intelligence test? I want to see if you can remember why House Whimsit is going to be an issue for you.
Okay.
A flat.
I've got nothing that can help with this. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Pretty much when you've got sort of like a mouthful of soup,
Mhm.
you realize that the chap that's there is Anthony Whimsit. Now donning sort of rogue trader attire, much the same as you. He didn't last time you met him, so you must have got his rate. It's fairly similar time to yourself. You remember you slept with his sister and left to go be a rogue trader before she woke up.
Nice.
Yep. That always goes down well in high society.
Isn't she lucky?
So, the rather expensive Amazec's being handed around. Because by this point, Lucius, you'll have. I'm not going to make you roll any more awkward fellowship tests. Don't worry. Give me for you a fellowship at a +30. I think that should sort of balance it out a bit more. You're among peers.
I'll fuck it up. What? Just you watch.
Nice. I just
Whoops, I
realized.
left.
I just realized that bottom talent of yours. I probably should have noticed that earlier. Yeah.
It kicks in at rank 2. I've just kept it there just so I don't forget it.
Ah, okay. That's okay then. Don't need to worry about that then. That's cool. Otherwise, yeah. I was going to say any negative fellowship tests for now might result in some awkward conversations. That's okay. Where was I? Yes, Theodore, can I have a flat carouse check, please?
Rouse.
Yes. This is to see how well you handle your Amasec.
Oh, there. Oh, God.
Fuck me, it's gonna be bad.
Can I re-roll that?
You can try, yeah.
Lightweight.
I feel I should do better than that.
You did roll an 84, so yeah, I think you've got capacity to do better than that. Nice, only a -2. Cool.
It's better.
Cool. So basically, your second drink was from a slightly more obscure bottle than you would normally reach towards. Yeah, it turns out it's closer to more 60-70% than the bit in the heavy side for you, and bit further along than you might otherwise have wished. I mean, I assume you are trying to behave a little bit at this event.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting the odd look from your grandfather. You can't quite pick out whether it's how to put it. There's some very neutral looks. You might surmise from that he's simply reminding you that he is there and you should probably behave yourself. After after the sort of fifth course has been served, see the high table of old men effectively sort of withdraw to presumably some sort of study to share war stories and drink the finest of Amasec that was definitely not handed out to you normal noble plebs. the doors to the Arboreum have been opened properly, and it's getting carried around in servitors and all that sort of stuff. Socializing begins once again. Would you like to go explore the Arboreum, gents?
I avoid. I avoid Anthony as much as possible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Quick pause on that. How's things out in the cutter?
That's it.
Quiet, nice and quiet.
Nice.
I've been napping.
Fair enough. And can I get a perception check at a +10 from our overwatching assassin?
Okay, any bonus for me,
Whatever's included in that. We'll say +10 again.
Okay,
That's fine,
so
no problem.
plus 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. All-seeing eye sees all.
So would I assume you're like out in the garden at this point? Drinks and chatting and all this sort of stuff, yes? To you, Matt.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
This typing is very ominous.
It's some very ominous typing.
Okay, so I was going to say, Theodore, you and Cynthia will be getting and sort of guests around you will be getting a tour of the Arboreum, some rare plants that have been found in this
Sorry,
planet.
can I just interrupt? How do I whisper you back in this game?
So if you
/W.
/W space GM and other space, and that'll be it. So he's getting a fantastic tour of all some of the rare but harmless specimens that have been found out in the Chronos Expanse, and there'll be polite oohs and ahs going on, and then the what would appear to be a fairly normal sort of what the fuck? Interesting. Sandwich, what the fuck are you on tonight? Seriously. Anyway, back on track.
What's sandwich pudding?
He just sent me a message saying my nipples there hurt when I twist them.
Are we sure he's not the Ogryn brain?
All right. Oh, at that point you hear a loud ding.
Hit the road. Ow!
Exactly. Mouse, you've been shuffled towards the Arboreum now since all but like staff members have been shuffled out of the thing. So you have a nice clear view of the Arboreum, and you do pass a fair amount of militarily dressed folks on the way. So I'm assuming there's been like lots of on-the-move saluting going on.
Yep, definitely, 100%. Or
we just like hold one very stiff, shaky salute the whole way. Like, what are you thinking?
No, he'd follow the proper protocol. He separate salute for every Every person that is clearly entitled to one. Clearly,
It's clothed.
in this sort of scenario, yes. Basically, the only people that aren't wearing military style uniforms are the various bits of arm candy around the place. But yes. Anyway, so as you're getting to talking about the patch of grass in the middle, it's particularly luscious grass. Sort of small casual mound, and it's a particularly nice view out of sort of the main window at the end of the room here. You're informed that it is a patch of grass seeded from a genetic strain from Holy Terra, making it
Ooh.
about as close as you. I mean, I wouldn't call it holy ground as such, but it's pretty significant and out here, and it's been grown in a fucking asteroid, right? So it's pretty cool. Seconds.
Sorry, can I just ask something, Phil?
Of course.
The comm bead I've got, can I send a message specifically to his sister?
I suppose you could. Yeah, okay. Let's say you set that up.
Okay.
And whose sister?
Cousin.
Cousin, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I thought you were chatting up my former squeeze.
While I'm keeping aim, I'm just gonna. I don't know how they operate. Click whatever, talk, and just saying to it, only to her, grid 2-7 possible. In the same distorted voice as usual.
Yeah, no worries. You see her sort of glance around and sort of pinch her nose. It's at this point, Theodore, you hear a rather drunken, sloppily, sort of pronounced, Theodore Constantine, from the patch of grass that you were just being introduced to. And you see,
fuck, it's Jack Sparrow.
and you see a particularly shit-faced Anthony Whimsit standing atop the small mound.
How do?
He sort of like ignores it. And it's like, you dishonored my sister, and you're a coward for running away. At this point, pretty much everybody in the room is sort of looking at you.
Hang on. That's that would be an insult, right?
Yeah. It would.
Oh.
At the sound of, and this is all happening outside, right?
This is happening in front of you. You're looking into the arboretum at this point.
Okay, at the sound of, like raised voices and everyone, stopping to look in a certain direction, I think Mouse would start lumbering towards the source of the ruckus.
Okay, as soon as Scythia was turning, you should get into the back of the crowd. Would you say, hold off for now?
Received.
So I'm just going to share this little nugget from my character sheet.
Dude, how do you think I designed this encounter? Come on.
So, so he's stood on top of the mound.
Yes. It's not a big mound, like it's knee high to its tallest sort of thing. Like it's enough to give him sort of a head over you, but
so I would know it's relatively holy. I'm not overly drunk.
No.
So I would offer for him. Why don't you come and say that to my face?
He just sort of gestures to the grass, as it were.
I then remind him how it was his sister that disgraced herself with me.
Wow.
At this point, I just move a little bit closer to him just in case.
This is going better than I anticipated.
I mean, I really failed that willpower test check, so
You really did.
Yeah.
But before I progress this slightly, Lucius, what's your opinion in this so far?
What's the current like formation of the crowd? Like, is it just like a huge ring and these two are in the middle?
Yeah, basically. I mean, nobody else has dared step foot in the grass. Has Theodore set foot in the grass yet?
Not yet.
Okay, in that case, there's like a two people wide bubble around you, like an obvious parting of the crowd around you. So the two people. Actually, no, unless Jack is sort of beside you.
Yeah, I'm beside him when I notice things starting to get a bit, well, awkward.
Okay, so it I would say at this point, Theodore, I would point out that this man is standing alone on top of the hill, and you have a bodyguard beside you, and you've previously been called a coward. That's all I'm going to feed to you. If you want to, you know, even Scythia is sitting, granted, behind you in the crowd, but it's still the same sort of distance to everybody else giving you.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. So I like I say, I explained to him that it was his sister that that what was the phrase?
Dishonor, I believe.
Dishonored herself upon me.
Yes.
Yes. We'll go with that. I think.
I'm just going to do it casual, just so I can. Oh, that's what we're going with. Cool. In that case, he's going to draw his power sword, point it at you. Like, his feet haven't moved. His feet won't move an inch just before anybody does anything particularly stupid. And powers it up and says, "I'm going to challenge you in front of all these people." He says, a little tiny bit drunk, his hand wobbling a tiny little bit. There's like a tiny little bit of sway. Sort of in a step onto the grass of Holy Terra, and I will challenge you and prove you the card that you are.
Mouse has been, I think, just slowly ploughing through the cloud, the crowd behind him, and at this point, he's going to clap a huge mitt on this guy's shoulder and then look over at Theodore and say, "Problem?"
I draw my power sword and say, "No problem at all."
And I ready my bolt pistol just in case.
Okay, the mouse just shrugs, removes his hand, and steps back a little bit.
City's sort of hissing through the combi, telling you all to stand the fuck down.
Lucius is trying to slink through the crowd to get within reasonable distance of what's this dude's name?
Anthony Whimsit.
To get within.
Okay.
Worth pointing out, this is Lord Captain Anthony Whimsit. This isn't. He is a rogue trader, as drunk as he may be. There is the one thing a lot of you haven't sort of taken into account here. He is absolutely a peer of Theodore's in every single sense. He is still very much your superior even. So anything too hasty will reflect very badly in Theodore. I'm not going to stop you from doing anything, but I would point that out.
Can I do an awareness check to see if this happens to be like bad when he might accidentally fall off?
No, it's perfectly smooth, very well looked after mound of dirt and grass.
I'll tell you what.
Ah.
This Vox station has some very catchy tunes.
I mean, if you want, you can quite easily be hooked in the.
I've got the comp in
Yeah, exactly.
while I'm listening.
Okay, if you're
To
happy
my
enough,
gun cutter radio.
by all means.
I'm just chilling. I am the eye in the sky. I am the overlord. Pew pew.
So,
You're my man in a chair.
I'm your man in the chair.
so you get
Watching porn.
so you get once again. Step onto the grass, so I may challenge you.
At this point, can I try and persuade him, both of them, to stand down and just try and avoid fisticuffs?
It's
Don't
not
intimidate.
fisticuffs. We both have power swords drawn. It's not
Yeah,
fisticuffs at this
All right,
point.
stabby cuffs then.
And
Slashy cuffs, you pick one.
I got a minus 5.9 against violence.
I like sandwich. I will say you can not entirely your place at this point. I would also happen to point out. You've not been ordered to help him out, and this is a noble on noble Julie sort of thing.
Well, I just one step back then.
Yeah.
In that case.
So I hold on. Right.
You're only a new rogue trader.
No.
Uh,
So yeah, I do. Yeah, so I stride up onto the grass and I say I accept your challenge.
Fantastic.
Oh god.
Whimsic, on you stepping on the grass, sort of flips the sword around, stabs it into the ground. Says, the conditions of this challenge. We will each submit a trophy as proof that we are brave and worthy of our titles as rogue traders, to be judged by our peers in this exact spot within 2 years. Do you accept this challenge?
I mean, I can't help but hide my disappointment. You,
Mouse, at
I
this
say
point,
you're a coward and a rogue, but I will prove that I'm.
Mouse, at this point, there will be a hand on your shoulder for you to move aside. This person is wearing the fanciest of all the uniforms that you have seen tonight.
They would have to reach up pretty high to reach my shoulder, but okay.
Well, it's okay. Well, you know what I mean. But your back, just
Elbow.
In guess, yeah, in a sort of move aside sort of way.
Okay.
I
After a couple of increasingly, irate nudges, I sort of finally notice and go, and step aside.
This is the fanciest of all the uniforms tonight by a lot.
And when I see his uniform, there's an extra loud clang as I salute.
Colin, that's fucking brilliant.
Hold on, I'll just.
Please change your character token.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, that's.
I mean, it can't be any more horrifying than your current one.
So yeah.
You're a cunt.
So, it all goes quiet. You see Mouse sort of step aside, and the three old men walk on through the crowd and up over the grass, leading the very authoritative and assured charge is the Inquisitor, and he simply asks, "What's going on here?"
Can he ask us?
He's an inquisitor.
I
He can
thought-
ask you whatever the fuck he wants.
I thought we were like rogue traders, inquisitors.
Yeah, you two are brand new, rosy-faced, fresh rogue traders. This guy is a big boy inquisitor.
Uh-huh.
On a strict paper sense, yous are equals. But
But we have the high ground.
No, Anakin. There you go.
but in this sort of situation, experience is what wins the day, and
I get a +10.
he is a peer to your grandfather, and you're a worm
Okay.
compared to your grandfather. Yes.
I'm changing my Discord profile picture.
Like, come on, explain yourselves.
I'm just I'm looking to add another sibling to my list.
Anthony will turn around and say, "I've challenged Theodore here to a challenge that we will present trophies in this spot within 2 years. He's dishonored my family, he's dishonored my sister, and he's disrespected me." Sort of the visitor holds up his hand and says, "What a fantastic idea! I, Inquisitor Rufus Braxton, bear witness to this challenge of these two new rogue traders to be met 2 years hence in this very arboreum. Trophies will be judged by your peers and your betters." His face darkens for a brief second. Any objects brought to this forum that would do harm or corrupt those around will be an instant disqualification. I will personally brand you as a heretic and a coward for all to see. Go forth with this challenge with the Emperor's blessings and bring honor to the Imperium and ruin to its enemies. But as for disruption to this fine event goes, this will be the end of it. Is it understood? Anthony, looking very
Perfect.
satisfied with himself, holsters his sword and gives the Inquisitor a small bow.
I give a formal salute with my just turned off power sword, and then sheath it with a flourish.
Can I get an agility check for that, please? Actually, sorry, that'd be weapon skill. Flat.
In the background, as you're doing this, you just hear clang! Because obviously we're saluting.
Obviously, yes.
So there must be something worth saluting happening.
Would you like
I
to roll
will.
that?
Yes. God, I've got a police Snapchat application. Go away. No.
This.
Did that? Yes.
Yes, you just about get it. It's nothing particularly fancy, but it's clean, and nobody can fault you for the flourish that you did. Salute in the flourish that followed. The Inquisitor walks off, and as soon as the old man, you catch a sort of if a glance could vocalize a groan, that would be the look you got from your grandfather. They walk off back to their study, and go back to doing whatever they were doing. As soon as the doors to the arboreum are closed, there is a loud roar from the crowd, and both you and Anthony are sort of pulled off by your own crowds and sorts, and there's lots of oh yeah, you can do it, yeah, oh, yeah. Lots of words of encouragement, and as the night goes on and those two cars separate up, you start hearing whispers of, no chance. And that's pretty much how the rest of the night goes on. That event very much takes over the theme and feel of the night. You do
Sorry,
notice,
it was the terms were no corruption, right?
the terms were any object brought to the forum that would do harm or corrupt those around would be an instant disqualification.
Cool.
but otherwise something impressive.
Fuck.
And that is 2 years. And you know what? That's a pretty relatively short timescale when warp's in play. Although, actually, now I think about it, if I knew you were going to pick that warp engine, I probably would have made it a year. It's actually a very good chance of doing this, I must say. I
Someone get this man a pet, Frank.
was going to say,
So I was about to say, I walk off and say into my microbead, we need to. We didn't choose the bloody.
No, we got the bar.
Phil wouldn't let us.
what?
What?
So 3 of us said we want Frank. You said no.
Look, I thought we'd settled this. Can we get on
Yeah,
with
we
it?
settled this.
Yeah, yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. I'm both glad and a little bit disappointed that didn't might been something. But yes. Excuse me. It's work your way back. After the gala to the ship, and get Hendrickson up to speed and a slightly more, personalized take on all of it. Coincidentally, is anybody placing any bets of any sort? Lucius, I will say the mechanics crowd that you were sort of hanging around with spent the remainder quite literally crunching numbers, and they couldn't quite come to a conclusion as to who's going to win, since both the traders were completely unknown as far as ventures.
Lucius would say, place bets on our guy.
Yeah, get a couple of nods. Yeah, what? You got what was it you got earlier for the? Yeah, so the one of them is like particularly. You definitely got one guy sort of swayed into betting, and one of the others. But yeah, you might. So yes, make your way back to the ship.
Before we leave, how tall is the building we're in?
Cathedral tall.
Cool.
And why do you ask?
Oh, no reason.
Okay. In that case, Scythia will call our unnamed assassin down from the rafters, and everybody's distracted. We'll say I'll get back to the cutter without any incident. Back to the ship.
I'll arrive back after everyone else.
That works. Hendrickson, you're sort of sent out in a second run specifically to
Collect our friend.
Indeed. Mice, you're officially part of the crew now. Scythia has Scythia's going to be using you as sort of one of the you're going to be the boarding party specialist, shall we say?
Okay. and as I'm quite bright for an Ogryn, she only had to explain it 3 times.
Exactly. Only 3 times. She had the crayons ready and everything for the 4th, but you managed it in the 3rd.
Can I just say,
Mhm.
as she walks onto the ship after probably about an hour after everyone else,
Sure.
or so,
Yeah.
she'd just wander on. She wouldn't say anything. She'd just walk past Olivia, but she'd stop at the Ogryn.
Okay.
And she would look a bit awkward for a while, then kind of just turn towards him, salute him, and walk off.
Clang!
This is like already one of my favorite character gimmicks.
She doesn't know quite why she did that. She just did.
I was going to say, Mouse will have been put in charge of. We're going to say there's like about 20 or so Ogryns on board. It would be sort of split amongst some of the arms and sort of parties.
We're talking about our proper ship, right? Not
Yeah,
my
your-
gun cutter.
No, your proper ship. Your proper ship.
Is that fucking 20 Ogrins on my fucking mild concern?
Oh yeah, we can use this now.
Each named Frank.
Oh, this like entirely needed, but yeah, it's nice.
He's
At
frozen
some
the
point, it
YouTube
might
thing.
have. Sorry.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, at some point it might have been mentioned to everyone that Mouse's name is actually Moredd, but everyone just calls him Mouse.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anyone happened to look at any materials or whatnot, it is Moredd, but yes.
He's got a little name badge on his uniform that
That's
says
it.
Murray.
The little name badge sticking out, like
It's in red crayon.
that's the one.
The R is backwards.
Less said after all that saluting.
I need to get like a ding, like sound effect for this. Just
I'm going to say there's actually, like, at this point in his helmet, there's like a distinct, like a little dented groove you can see where he, every time his hand meets the helmet. He's just done it so often.
like it. So yeah, he's back on the ship. He's sort of 2 weeks to kill. Just before I check, anybody have any acquisitions they would like to make or have thought of during the session?
Well, you know mine.
Yes,
You said I'd automatically got them if I was here.
correct.
Okay.
So, but at this point, you would have them. That's the one.
Is that for saluting or
I guess I don't know.
as a small salute?
There's a delayed ding he needs fixing.
The one thing I might like to try and get is, I think I've just got standard ammo for my Ripper gun.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe 1 or 2
I was going to say that's
boxes of special ammo.
it's shotgun rounds. Do you know what the rarity on them is? Offhand,
I'm trying to
I was going to say don't worry about it too much.
find it now.
We'll say you can get them anyway. Let's see. You get like Inferno shells. They're pretty good fun.
I can't remember where the shells are now. The ammo types. I found the weapon tables, but I can't remember
It's
the
just
ammo.
after the weapon tables, Pointy.
Yeah.
I think it says special ammo.
Because Inferno shells are like your main ones there. So basically, if they don't pass an agility test, they get lit on fire as well as being
Okay.
like hit as normal.
Would my current ammo be like solid slugs?
It's just normal shotgun.
Or oh no, it's got a scatter effect, so it'll just be normal like buckshot.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Inferno shells do the exact same thing, except they could be caught on fire.
Right.
Just buckshot with a bit of phosphorus in, I guess.
There's one last acquisition I want to try.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can make multiple ones.
It turns out it is.
Just thinking of something like a bionic right leg or a bionic bionic arm. That's it. Which is a scarce upgrade, which is going to be quite difficult.
Let's see. Scarce. A flat roll, and then we're going to need D10 for how long it's going to take to acquire it. 100. That's pass, and give me D10. It'll take you 4 more days to like source it and acquire it. But yeah, that's within the timescale.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it now. Yeah, there's Inferno shells and there's also Amputator shells.
Oh dear. What's the scarcity in the amputator shells?
They
Extremely
are
rare.
extremely
looking at the
rare, and inferno shells are just rare.
Oh, okay. Extremely rare.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be a -30.
Okay. What am I rolling?
But it's just roll D100, and this is
Oh,
against
okay.
the profit factor. That is a failure.
Okay. That's just for the amputator?
Yeah, and if you want to, the other ones are simply rare, so that'll be
Yes.
a -20. But give me a roll. That is also a failure.
Oh well. Okay.
Okay, and I can do like one more for somebody. Anyway.
Some inferno shells for
Oh, for yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you got a shotgun?
bolt pistol.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Yeah, go for it. Be same again. 20.
Sorry, what is it?
Just roll
D100
D100,
minus 20.
yeah. No, just roll D100, and then we'll be
Okay.
doing it manually. That is a pass.
Okay, that
Yes.
shall sound quite good actually.
Cool.
Tell you
So I'll
what,
be.
We'll say you get you get the bullet version of them anyway. Okay. We'll say 2 magazines. And give me. I said it's going to take you a full week. So yes, that's exactly within the time scale. Before you head out. So we still need to figure out what you're doing next, and for that, Theodore. After sort of 2-3 days after this challenge has been issued, sort of Scythia comes to you, sort of at your quarters and sort of knocks politely and all that sort of stuff.
In.
So I've got good news and I've got bad news. Which would you like first?
Let's go. Bad news first.
The bad news is the Inquisitor requests your presence.
And the good news?
He's got a job.
Oh no.
I'm just stand up, straighten myself off, and I don't know why. I'm probably wearing armor, which wouldn't need greasing, but yeah. And head on up with a spring in my step.
You mean head on to the cutter to be transferred across?
Yeah. Up.
Indeed. Would you tell anybody about this meeting, or like would you alert your senior staff, or would you sort of go on ahead with it?
Yeah, I'd probably let them know. And
Fair enough. Everybody has the option of going across to the Holy Recompense, Inquisitor Brant's Retribution class battleship. Tea and crumpets.
I will request permission to go.
but of course, the more the merrier.
Fantastic. Is there anybody who is not going?
Lucius
I
is
assume
not
I'm playing taxi driver.
Lucius
I'm done.
is not going.
I guess I would be drilling my newly assigned Ogryns,
Sure.
which would involve lots of shouting. Probably a fair bit of hitting.
Oh, most definitely, yes.
Lots of dented helmets.
You've been.
Oh well, teaching them all to salute properly. I mean, that's the most important thing.
That's it. It's been saluting lessons because you find their saluting very unsatisfactory. You saluted them out of respect, and none of them saluted back. then you bonk them all on the head a little bit, and they've been into shape. Okay,
Tuned their helmets.
that's
Yeah, I
it.
assume I'm playing taxi driver.
You will be, yes. Would you like to do anything fancy when you're flying across, or would you like to just fly normally?
I'm gonna fly normally. I don't want to draw fucking attention.
Okay, fair enough. I just had to check. Fair enough. So you arrive at the battleship, and it's a full hangar bay open. So you're allowed to fly on in. As soon as it's all repressurized, a small contingent of inquisitorial stormtroopers meet you, and some sort of like adept, pencil pusher type, sort of gives you
Try not to hit my head on the off ramp.
gives you a meaningful bow. Lord Captain, the Inquisitor awaits you. If you would please follow me.
Try not to breathe too heavily. I follow. All I've got in my head is just the Star Wars.
Imperial March.
Yeah, that's all I've got in my head.
Fair enough.
Stormtroopers. Yeah.
So you're taken up to what you would assume to be some up near the sort of private quarters of the Inquisitor, and you're sat down in what would appear to be like a sort of actually quite an enlarged trophy room of sorts. You see some various like seals and some relics that
Like, are they bouncing balls? Or catching fish?
get out. So, very
Sorry.
holy seals on some on cabinets and whatnot around the walls. Okay. And the one thing that sort of draws your attention in particular in a display case is a set of very well looked after power armor, and directly beside it, who's here? Lucius is not here, correct? Whatever. In that case, it's simply a massive power sword, like the sort of thing that you could see Mouse probably comfortably using, but you feel you would struggle without, well, presumably the power armor that's beside it. You're left waiting for sort of 5-10 minutes, and the Inquisitor sort of walks on in. Like, Lord Constantine, I see you've sobered up from gala.
I have indeed.
Can I just say, as he walks in, my character will make a bow and give the sign of the Aquila, and then step backwards.
You see the Inquisitor's sort of mouth twitch slightly, sort of approval, but you know, well, sort of very, very subtle. In sort of a, oh, you've got well-trained crew, sort of. You've definitely done your trader service by showing that respect. So the Inquisitor sits down in a fantastic-looking chair, made of some sort of hide that you've no idea what could have had a hide quite like that, and reaches in. It's for like a drinks
Hold
cabinet.
on. Anthony's sister.
Fucking hell.
That was a wink and a gun there.
Better gone off suicide
Does
mission.
anyone else want to add a sigh into this? or anyway, reaches into the drink cabinet and offers you a like whiskey glass and so sort of pours a good mouthful of Amasek into it. So your grandfather has said you have acquired a ship recently.
I have indeed.
And
I'm glad that you've heard of it.
with the Inquisition, son, we hear of a lot of things.
So I'm told.
And as far as I'm aware, you haven't got a course yet.
Not as yet.
Fantastic. The Inquisition will make fantastic use of your ship. You're in charge, of course. By the way, I hear you were got the salvage rights to the Emperor's bounty.
I have indeed. After a little fixing up, I think it'll be quite the acquisition.
Interesting. Anything of note on it? Found? I heard you went to board yourself.
No, unfortunately, all of the crew died.
Strange. You see
Yeah.
a little server skull come over with the data slate, and he sort of takes the data slate down and is like, my report says there were 20,000 crew survived.
Did they?
Yes.
Can't see how that could have happened. I don't actually say that.
He's just letting you stew a little bit.
I look. I try to look surprised. Well, I am surprised.
Anyway, wait a second. It's like, so your grandfather and I have a long history, and I've decided to hedge my bets a little bit for this bet of yours. And it helps the Inquisition out a little as well, which never hurts. I have a mission for you. You're going to be taking 500 penal slaves to Milesial. It is
I assume I would know where that is.
You would not.
Okay.
It is a penal world known for its less than favorable atmosphere. I've been informed that it should take you approximately 3 months to get there, and it will have. It should be a good, shall we say, launching point for career. And all the Inquisition asks of you is to take these 500 prisoners there. Any money you make off them is yours to keep. Only that the prisoners arrive. Is this reasonable?
Well, obviously, anything I can do to help the Inquisition is.
He smiles a little bit at that. Correct answer. So.
However, I do have a. I don't know anything about this place, and I do have a wager to keep in mind. Is there any information? Is there anything? It just does seem a bit of a menial task. I think I could. I assume that I would be able to help him in bigger and better ways. Transporting slaves?
He raises an eyebrow at you. Like, well, I disagree. I feel this can be a very good use of your time. I will have my adepts
Well, then I
send the appropriate charts and instructions along to your cousin. She is working as your seneschal.
she is indeed. And,
Yes, your grandfather tells me she's very capable.
right. Oh, I defer to your better judgment, and I look forward to being of help.
Fantastic. Please feel free to finish off your drink. I have other matters to attend to. And when you're ready, step out the door and one of my attendants will take you back down to the docking bay. I look forward to hearing of your trip back this way. Good luck, trader.
Yeah.
Sorry, good luck, Lord Captain. And
As he stands up to leave, sorry, my character will do the same thing.
Of course.
You know, the bow and the equivalent.
I give a measured bow.
Okay.
Appropriate of whatever is right in the situation. I'm
Okay.
utterly confused by
Yeah. Oh yes, the Inquisition has foisted a task on you. And yes, you're wise to do minimal grumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That actually wraps us up quite nicely. So, that'll do us for tonight. Start of next session, we will send you all on your way. Out on into the Black Yonder.
Yarp.
That will be. You know what? That'll be 350 XP this session. 50 for the ding, and 50 for remembering Trask's ship, as well as the 250 base for each session.
So we get 250, yeah?
350.
350.
Oh yes, any bonus experiences for the whole party, not just for the person.
What was our destination again? What was the name of the place?
Malaysial. Hang on, I'm not sure that's pronouncing it correctly. Hang on, I'll put a thing around it. Box.
It's quite a big map. Oh, there we go.
It is. So this is on to the right side is the Calixus sector, which is where Dark Heresy
Malaysia.
happens essentially, and you will see the two rather large warp storms, the Battleground, Witch Curse World, Temple, Hermitage, and Footfall. That is known as the Maw. That's the only entryway into the Chronos Expanse. And then obviously everything left of that is the Chronos Expanse itself, where anything can happen. It is the Wild West of the 41st millennium. So yeah, user at Port Wonder. I of course have the ship set up so we can move it. I might actually need to change the scaling in this map because you've got that funky new warp drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I change that to
Well, if you just halve the distance in days.
exactly. So remeasure.
So, what, 30 days?
Yeah, I mean, so that should be. Yep. Sorry, did you measure that like going through the massive fuck off warp storm?
Yeah. Are we taking the short way, or are we going the sensible way?
So to clarify, how warp travel works is you are supposed to go from go between known points to known points. There are a couple of channels through the mall. So typically speaking, you could do a short hop to the battleground, and then go straight on to Footfall, or you could port wander the Hermitage, and then through Footfall's the general. It's the one-stop shop.
As the name suggests.
Indeed. So it would be. I would expect the journey to go from Port Wander to any of the stops within the mall, to then go to Footfall, and then you can go from anywhere, and then go to Millennial. I will. Way it will work. This is you will have been given the charts, the charts to Millennial, and we won't need to do any extra fuckery. The idea being, if you have the charts somewhere and it's a well-known route, the general idea is that you won't be getting any extra warp fuckery along the way. It's a safe route. If you're trying to chart away somewhere, problems can occur. They're more difficult navigating routes or navigating roles. And you'll note that each of the sectors has a name. You would be getting charts for each of these sectors. And obviously the nice thing about Road Trader is things can happen along the way, and deviations probably will happen. You do have two years to work with, which, given how wild some warp rolls can go if they go particularly badly, is fairly reasonable. So I don't know, whatever you consider a trophy, or whatever you consider a trophy to be presented to, a trophy good enough to present to rogue traders and have them impressed.
Frank.
Mm.
Frank's the trophy.
A trained Frank.
Well,
so we don't get disqualified.
We could say he's trained, and if he does win, he gets killed by Frank.